So, which one do you like better? I'm leaning towards the blue. I lean more towards Sarah's thinking. Frank, what do you think? I lean more towards Raymond's thinking. Sorry about the typo. I know it was a last-minute ask. I can overlook it. Don't worry about the language barrier. I can overlook that. You're being very thorough. Well, I don't want to overlook anything. No detail can be overlooked. Don't worry. It'll all work itself out in the end. At the end of December. At the end of the hall. We'll take questions at the end. You may send in your questions at any time during the webinar, and we'll address them during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. At the end of the day, it's not about strategy, it's about people. I think she's leaning towards a yes. She just needs a little nudge. Can you maybe give them a little nudge? If I may, I'd like to move on to the next topic. I'd like to ask you about two topics, if I may. If I may interject, I'd like to add to what you just said. If I may interject, I think it's much too early to reach those sorts of conclusions. It was nice catching up with you. I have a lot of work to catch up on. I am really slammed trying to catch up on everything here. Catch me up. Bring me up to speed. Let's catch Elizabeth up. Is this a good time? Of course, what's on your mind? What do you have in mind? Well, what do you have in mind? A suggested agenda, not a demand. I'll keep that in mind. I'll bear that in mind. When you get a chance, can we get a to-go box? Please give me a call when you get a chance. Can I actually get some chopsticks when you get a chance? You should check it out if you get a chance. I really recommend that you read it if you get a chance. Someone's in a mood. Sorry, you know how demanding my job is. So, how are you settling in? That's all I have. We're a little behind schedule. We're already behind schedule. So, how are things on our end? Everything is on schedule. You have nothing to worry about. So, how are we? We're right on schedule. We're way ahead of schedule. We're 30 minutes ahead of schedule. We all make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It is. It absolutely is. Humor me. I'd like you all to humor me for a second and stand up. I'm in pain just thinking you're in pain, so humor me for 1 minute. What are those? I never doubted you. Just out of curiosity, what are you gonna do next? Out of curiosity, what was her presentation like last year? Can you give us a quick snapshot of the concept? I wonder if you could just give us a quick snapshot of how things are going there right now. Thank you so much for helping to expedite the process this weekend. I'm sorry I snapped at you earlier. It's getting late. Let's call it a day and regroup first thing in the morning. Let's regroup in a couple of hours. Sounds good. How does this process work? Can you break it down for me step by step? Okay, let me break it down for you. Don't sweat it. You'll do better next time. Don't sweat the small stuff. So, what should we do moving forward? How did the meeting go? They decided not to move forward. How did your meeting with the board go? They don't want me to move forward with this plan. Let's cross the bridge when we get to it. I think you're mistaken. I think you may be mistaken. That's not quite right. I'm not sure, but I can ask around. Ask around, and look it up. Hopefully, this meeting will turn things around. Things will turn around. I understand the situation, but we can't turn things around that quickly. You might think this is a ridiculous idea, but just hear me out. At first glance, my proposal may seem implausible, but hear me out, and then decide. Thank you for hearing me out. You have to stand up for yourself. Whatever it is you decide, be firm and stand up for yourself. How's your project coming along? How's all that paperwork coming along? Can you email it to me again? I even checked the spam folder, but I don't think it came through. My apologies. It just came through. I don't think the Wi-Fi is working. I'm trying to send an email, but it's not going through. I don't think he can handle this. He's new to the job. Don't worry, he'll come through. He came through magnificently. Can you tell me the pros and cons of each option? I just want to make an informed decision. I just want to make an informed decision. The more questions I ask, the better I understand. I have to admit that it was a rash decision. I didn't think it through. Whatever you do, just don't make any rash decisions. I don't know what to do. Well, at a time like this, you need to be more decisive. Somebody needs to be decisive. I'm sorry for being so indecisive. Sorry I was so indecisive back there.